The boys just crossed a line it can never come back from. One of the show's original members is dead. Homelander is officially playing God in the White House, and Billy Butcher has finally become the very thing he spent 5 seasons fighting against. Episode 7 doesn't just set up the finale, it completely redefines who the real villain is. Titled The Frenchman, The Female, and The Man Called Mother's Milk, the penultimate episode is easily one of the darkest chapters in the entire series, and by the end of it, the boys are no longer fighting one monster, they're trapped between two. Let's start with Butcher, because his newest plan is absolutely insane. After discovering the Supe-killing virus no longer works on Homelander thanks to V1, Butcher pivots towards something even more dangerous. Using uranium and old Russian research connected to Soldier Boy, the team attempts to recreate the radiation blast capable of stripping Supes of both their powers and immortality. And the weapon they choose to test it on? Kimiko. Now, this is where things immediately get disturbing. Sister Sage helps engineer the process, relying entirely on Kimiko's regeneration abilities to survive the experiment. The idea is brutal but simple. Overload her with radiation until Compound V mutates into something capable of neutralizing Homelander. But the entire thing spirals out of control, fast. In the episode's final act, Kimiko is locked inside a radiation chamber and blasted for 30 straight seconds. Her skin burns, her body collapses, and for a moment, it genuinely feels like the show is about to kill her too. But then comes the emotional gut punch nobody was ready for. Frenchie stays behind. While Kimiko and Sister Sage hide inside a zinc-lined room to avoid Homelander's senses, Frenchie becomes the only thing standing between the team and certain death. And instead of running, begging, or breaking down, he faces Homelander directly. Even crazier? He bluffs him. Frenchie claims the experiment worked, that Kimiko now possesses Soldier Boy's radiation abilities. He even taunts Homelander instead of trying to save himself. And somehow, it works. For the first time in a long time, Homelander actually retreats, but there's a horrifying catch. Frenchie has already been exposed to lethal radiation. By the time the danger passes, it's too late. He slowly dies from radiation sickness in Kimiko's arms. And honestly, that makes the death hit even harder. Frenchie doesn't go out in some massive superhero battle. He dies protecting the people he loves. Quietly, painfully, human. Which makes it one of the most emotionally devastating deaths the show has ever done. But somehow, the episode still gets darker. Because while the boys are falling apart, Homelander is thriving. One of the episode's most chilling scenes shows him sitting inside the Oval Office with his feet kicked up on the president's desk, like he already owns the country. And after Ashley reveals the president's true thoughts about him, Homelander kills him instantly with barely any emotion. That scene confirms something terrifying. Homelander no longer tolerates fake loyalty. Not fear, not obedience, worship. That's the entire direction of his new world order now. Religion, propaganda, censorship, everything is being rebuilt around him as a living god. The O Father campaign pushes this even further with religious imagery, musical performances, and blatant Messiah symbolism. Even words associated with Jesus are reportedly being censored in-universe. And then there's the reveal fans have been waiting for. Moreau and Jordan Lee finally appear. Now this could be huge. Because Marie's blood manipulation powers may be the key to defeating Homelander permanently, fans are already theorizing that she could potentially remove the V1 compound from his bloodstream and make him vulnerable again. But while Homelander ascends into tyranny, Butcher completely loses himself. This episode officially confirms he's crossed the point of no return. By fully surrendering to the Joe Kessler hallucination and abandoning his team, Butcher shifts from anti-hero into full secondary antagonist territory. His plan is no longer about saving the world, it's about extermination. That's what makes the finale setup so brilliant. The boys are now trapped between two extremes. Homelander represents fascist control and God-complex authoritarianism. Butcher represents genocidal nihilism. One wants forced worship, the other wants total annihilation. And caught directly in the middle is Ryan. Which brings us to the episode's most tragic realization. Ryan finally understands that neither Homelander nor Butcher truly cares about what's best for him. One wants to mold him into a weapon. The other wants to use him as leverage in a war that's already consumed everyone around him. That makes Ryan the single biggest wildcard heading into the finale, because he may be the only person powerful enough to stop Homelander. But now he has no reason to trust the people asking him to save the world. And that's the genius of episode 7. By the end, nobody feels heroic anymore. Frenchie is dead. Homelander is effectively immortal. Butcher has become a monster. And the people left standing are emotionally shattered, which means the finale isn't shaping up to be a battle between good and evil. It's shaping up to be a war between competing nightmares. And the scariest part? Huey may ultimately be forced to stop the man he once believed was humanity's last hope.